Good morning, Durham College. I'm your host, Nathan Arsenault, and welcome to Dungeon Anthology on RiotRadio.ca. Dungeon Anthology is a series of episodic, disconnected stories, typically set in the world of Dungeons & Dragons, written and acted by me and my friends here on the Media Hub. Now this week, I'm trying something a little different. I've really been into Epic the Musical lately, which recounts Homer's Odyssey through the means of songs broken up into albums. So, I thought I'd also make an attempt to reiterate that small part of that Greek mythology by putting it into the world of D&D, which, strangely enough, wasn't that hard, because apparently multiple pantheons of real-world mythological gods and goddesses from actual human history are just straight up in D&D 5th edition. So, before we get started, let's introduce to everybody else and who they'll be playing.
Hello, I am Trey Hebert, and this week I'll be playing Polites. Polites is a kind, soft-spoken, optimistic halfling, and one of Odysseus's most trusted friends.
Hi guys, I'm Zaid, and this week I'll be playing Polyphemus. Polyphemus is the ruthless Cyclops son of Poseidon.
Hi, I'm Bryn Baker, and this week I'll be playing Athena. Athena is the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare, and Odysseus' mentor.
In case you forgot, I'm Nathan Arsenault, and this week I'll be playing Odysseus. Odysseus is the commander of a fleet, returning from a long war, hell-bent on seeing his wife and son again. Without further ado, let's get going with Dungeon Anthology, Season 2, Episode 6, Odyssey. "10 years. It took 10 whole years to end the war. Far from home, far from familiarity, my men and I sail the seas in hopes to return to our own island in the sea. However, as we were sailing and getting close to home, a storm arose and blocked our path."
Captain!
"Polites, what's wrong?"
The storm! It has completely altered our course. What do we do?
"It's too dangerous to go through it. We'll have to circle around."
But home is right there.
"I know. I'm not happy about it either, Polites, but we can't risk the fleet."
Right.
"Everyone, row as fast as you can. Fasten down everything you can. We're going to get clear of this storm any way we can."
Odysseus!
"Athena!"
Odysseus, go west!
"Okay, I will. Thank you. Polites,
Yes, Captain?
we go due west. Now row!"
Aye, Captain?
We rowed and we rowed, faster and harder than we thought possible to escape the storm. 10 days. It took us 10 days to weather the storm and to get clear open waters once more.
That was rough.
I'll say. And man, I'm always impressed with our men. 10 years at war, and now the astonishing effort they put in to get clear of the storm. The whole fleet. Not a single ship lost in the whole ordeal. Good show, man.
Hey, Odysseus?
Yeah, what's up?
I want to bring to your attention the next problem at hand. I know we just got out of the bad weather and everything, but it's really important.
Okay, what's the deal, Polites?
Well, according to our original plan, we were supposed to be home by now, but then we had to go off course. Well, we don't really have any food left. We're entering the danger zone rapidly quick, and if we don't do something about it, we're going to have 600 hangry soldiers and no one for them to put their stress.
Oh man, you're right. That's not good at all. What do you suggest?
Well, it seems like we've ended up off the coastline of a large landmass somehow. I think we should take a small party, perhaps maybe only you and me and a select few others, and we venture over and we see if there's a settlement we can barter for food with.
That's a great idea, Polites.
All right then, men. A few of us are going to shore.
So myself, Polites, and a handful of others took a small boat and went ashore. However, we were incredibly surprised at what we found when we got there. When we reached the shore, we were greeted by a group of hunter-gatherer goblins. Did you catch that, Polites?
They were all speaking at once. Let me ask them to repeat themselves.
I don't think that was the problem.
Hello, everyone. My name is Polites, and this is my friend Odysseus. We've just come through a massive storm and have run out of food. We're more than willing to make trade or reach an agreement in however your society functions, if you'd be so kind. Oh, really? May I see?
While I may not have been able to understand the goblins, I was able to understand what their game was.
Oh, very interesting. And you guys love eating this, yes?
Hey, hi, just gonna steal my friend here for a sec. Don't worry about me.
Odysseus, what's wrong?
I've seen that flower before. The one they eat. Once you eat it, it controls your mind.
Oh, really? That must be why they're speaking goblin in the most incoherent way possible.
Yeah, sure, that's the reason.
Hello again, fellas. Say, although those flowers look good, we couldn't possibly deprive you of your direct food source. Plus, it doesn't appear that there's be enough for our whole crew. You wouldn't happen to know of somewhere else close by that would provide us with enough food, would you? Thank you so much. Odysseus, they said there's a sizable amount of sheep on the island, not too far from here. I think it's worth looking into. It's not like we'll gain anything from here.
I agree. We set sail at once. On our way over to where the sheep would be, I was once again greeted by a visitor.
Hey, how's it going, Odysseus?
That's an awful casual greeting, don't you think, Athena?
Oh, come on. Don't pretend to be so modest. We've known each other a long time.
Very true, very true. Was there something specific you needed to tell me?
It's more of a question about you personally.
All right, what's up?
What's your plan overall to get home, huh?
I mean, I guess we're not entirely sure where we are right now, but once we get some of these sheep, we'll use the night sky to reorient which way we're supposed to be going and hopefully make it back soon.
Hopefully, huh? Don't you think a man like you should put more faith in what he knows and not in what he's hoping?
Hey, hoping isn't a bad thing. It's good to be optimistic and open. I mean, look at Polites. He put his faith in the goodwill of people, and they've showed us a path to solve their problems.
Only after trying to indoctrinate you with their flower that you knew, not hoped, knew.
What are you saying, Athena?
I'm saying as much as being like Polites could be a good thing, you shouldn't be. It's a big, dangerous world out there, and I've taught you that.
Look, I see your point, but maybe not everything has to be bad, you know?
Be careful, Odysseus. Remember, use what you know, not what you hope for.
All right, I'll remember.
Captain,
What's up?
we're ready to make landfall.
Beautiful. Let's go get some dinner, boys. So we landed on the island, and sure enough, there was a plethora of sheep for us to partake in. As we began to cook some of the sheep, we noticed something not far off from our location.
Hey, Odysseus, do you see that over there?
Yeah, I can't quite tell.
Let's find out, shall we?
Hey, boys! There's something just past the hill. Let's check it out while the sheep cook. So off we went, over the hill to investigate what we would eventually discover was a cave with a very large opening. While my men and I entered the cave, we'd be unaware of what fate had approaching us from behind.
What? My sheeps? What happened to all my friends? I smells intruders.
As we were investigating the cave interior,
Hey, check this out. Pretty neat necklace.
not bad, not bad. It might look really nice on Penelope.
Here, then you take it in.
What nonsense, Polites. You found it.
I think Penelope would appreciate it more from her husband, not me.
What? That's not what I meant.
Odysseus, incoming.
What?
Ah! Intruders! Sheep killers! Thieves!
What's going on?
It took all of us by surprise. A giant cyclops had bursted into the cave, yelling about sheep and things.
You are trying to rob me and eat my friends!
Friends?
The sheeps! My friends!
Oh, I get it. The sheeps were your friends. We're so sorry. We didn't mean...
Quiet! You killed them. So now I'll kill you.
Wait!
Why should I?
Because we didn't know they were your friends. But I can make us even. Here, the greatest tasting wine in all the realms. Just for you, Mr...
Polyphemus.
Yes, Polyphemus. Please, take this wine as a token of my sincerest apologies. We mean you no harm. We'll leave immediately, I swear to you.
Why should I take this?
Just try a sip of it, and I think you'll find it lives up to my claims.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
You are truthful. Tell me your name.
My name? My name is Nobody.
Nobody, Well, nobody. You've helped me decide.
Really? What's your decision?
My decision?
Yeah.
You die last as a mercy. Nobody.
What? No! Wait, stop! To arms!
Captain, how do we fight something so large?
It's a cyclops. It only has one eye to track us. We have to stay running around him so he can't follow our movements.
It'll take a lot more than you silly men running circles to kill me. You come to my island and expect my mercy? You die for your hubris.
I told you it was a mistake. Why can't you get that through your big, dumb, one-eyed skull?
Captain, look!
I'll turn each and every one of you to paste for my stew.
He's got a giant club! Look out! Ah!
Polites, no! Men, watch out! Grab that club from him! Now slash at his ankles! 3, 2, 1, now! Ah!
Odysseus, you've blinded him by using the handle of his club as a sphere. Absolute genius. Now finish him off.
No! His body will block the way if we kill him.
I'm going to find you by smell and rip your no-good flesh from your bones, nobody. Then I'll make you watch as I eat the rest of your crew one by one.
Can you not hear him, Odysseus?
I hear him loud and clear. I'm well aware he doesn't have the same morals, but I do, Athena. I'm not going to kill him.
Why not? You're just gonna leave him like this?
Yes!
Have you lost it? He killed a bunch of your crew, including Polites.
I know. That's why I'm choosing to spare him. He now has to live the rest of his life like this. And I'm pretty sure Cyclopses live a long time.
You intend to dishonor him by letting him live blinded instead of killing him for taking the lives of some of your crew?
Sounds like you understand pretty clearly.
War has made you soft and weak, Odysseus.
Do we really have to do this right now?
I'll find you, nobody. I'll wipe you off this plane of existence.
Odysseus!
It's fine. The plant I mixed into the wine should be kicking in right about... And he's out. Boys, grab the sheep and whatever else you can carry and let's get out of here.
This is ridiculous, Odysseus. You're just leaving.
Yeah, besides, he'll be up and going in a few minutes again. I don't imagine there was that high a concentration for his body size.
You're aware this will come back to bite you, right?
It'll be fine.
You tricked me.
Ah, see? Told you he wouldn't be out long. As the Cyclops awoke, all my men and I had put what we needed on the ships and we were already sailing off as Polyphemus approached the shore.
You'll never make it home, nobody. Your name will be tarnished and drowned. Your legacy will sink to the depths of the darkest oceans before you get away with this.
Oh, you think so? Maybe that might be for a nobody, but not for me. The world will continue to smile down on me, and my legacy and stories will be passed on for millennium.
You're nobody.
Ha! I dare you to chase after the cunning and mighty Odysseus. Ha 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 ha!
You'll pay for this, Odysseus.
And with that, we're going to take a short break. And we're back, folks. Now the scene has changed a bit. Odysseus and his crew has successfully evaded Polyphemus, which with an unfortunate cost. Since then, Odysseus and his crew have come across a bag of wind that will blow away the storm, blocking them from returning home. But however, a rumor started that the bag was full of treasure, and if the bag is opened, Odysseus and his men will be sent sailing across the sea in the wrong direction. But before we get to that, we're going to do a short reintroduction of our cast and introduction for those joining in this scene.
Hello again, I'm Trey Hebert, and in this scene I'll be playing Euryclus. Euryclus is a tough yet sensible Verdun who has always been Odysseus's faithful right hand, but remained quiet for most of the trip until now, as he feels he needs to ask for the sake of Odysseus and the crew.
Hello again, I'm Bryn Baker, and I'm still playing the goddess Athena. Since the incident with Polyphemus, Athena has been questioning her motives to continue watching over Odysseus as his chosen champion, and has become more vocal about his choices as the voyage continues.
Hey chat, I'm Tanner Smith, and I'll be playing the god Poseidon. Poseidon, the god of the seas, has entered Faerun after making a deal with Umrali, the usual sea god, so that he can catch up with Odysseus for reasons yet to be seen.
And I'm still here, and I'm still Nathan Arsenault, and I'm still playing Odysseus. Since escaping Polyphemus and obtaining the Bag of Wind, Odysseus has been awake for 9 days straight, making sure it doesn't get opened, and him and his crew aren't blown off course. However, with Athena's growing disapproval and his own refusal to cave to her ideals, Odysseus has become incredibly stressed, which we will now cut to.
Odysseus, stay awake.
Right, yeah, thanks, Athena. Although I feel bad you took it upon yourself to become my own personal alarm clock in my head.
It's the least I could do. If I insist of watching over you, at least I'll make sure you're awake while I'm watching.
Thanks, Athena.
Hey, Captain.
Eurylochus, what's up?
Everything is going totally smoothly. I was just making sure that you were still awake.
Oh, thanks, man. I already got the wake-up calls covered, though, thanks.
What?
Never mind. Say, how do you think this whole treasure room got kicked off in the first place, Eurylochus?
I'm not sure. I've been trying to find out, but to no avail.
Well, whatever. I just hope curiosity doesn't kill the cat in this sense.
Me too, sir.
Odysseus?
Hello again, Athena. Long time no see.
Boy, you really are starting to lose it now, huh?
Look, I don't know how it works for goddesses, but for humans, this is way past the limit. I should have been done for about 6 days ago.
I can tell.
Did you want to talk about something important?
Yeah, are you sure you know what you're doing?
What do you mean?
Sure, 10 long years at war is bound to change a man, but for you, it hasn't imparted any of the things a war should.
Like what? My desire to see my wife?
Well, yeah, wanting to see Penelope was bound to happen, but that's not what I mean.
Then what do you mean?
I mean, war should have made you cold and ruthless and jaded to the horrors of the world. And it's your mind and your cunning that makes you choose to bring us a brighter future in the first place. But how are you supposed to change the world when you can't even kill your enemies?
You're still hung up on that?
Of course I am. Don't you realize how completely foolish you were, dishonoring him and then gloating as you ran away? Why?
Admittedly, the gloating was a bit vain, but it was to remind him what I have imparted onto him. Every morning he's going to wake up, bereft of the gift of sight he once had, and be reminded every single day that he could have made the fair deal with us. We could have reached an understanding after our mistakes, but no. He chose violence and hate, and instead tried to end us as we tried to reason with him. So no, Athena, I don't think it was foolish. What would have been foolish was just ending his life and continuing on, just as he intended to do to us, and I have no intention to stoop to the level of a monster like that.
Is that what you really think will come of this? You think Polyphemus is just going to sit there and take the lumps? God, no. Gods, no. He'll wake up every day trying to find a way to take vengeance on you for stealing his sheep and then his vision. He won't remain complacent, and he'll do everything he can to benefit himself. Can't you see that you need to do the same? You can't give mercy and expect it to be returned to you in full. And now you'll pay the price dearly because you wavered.
So what's that, then? Because I'm not willing to become a ruthless killer, you think it'll ruin my life?
If you're not willing to protect yourself and your crew from the dangers that beset you, you'll end your life, Odysseus.
I'm not willing to protect my crew. Are you kidding me right now? Everything I've done is to protect me and my crew. Do you see anyone else that's been awake for a week to make sure they don't get sent halfway across the sea because they can't resist knowing whether or not there's treasure in a bag I've clearly told them is full of wind? I don't think so.
Odysseus,
No, that's enough out of you. If you can't see that I'm doing all in my power to keep us alive, and to keep our humanity in the process, maybe you're better off somewhere else.
I think I am. If you're too fixed on your moral code to see what advice the goddess of wisdom has to bestow upon you, then I'm better off finding a new chosen hero. Good luck, windbag.
Ooh, goddesses tick me off. Whatever. I have more important things to focus on instead of whatever she's on about. Although she was helping me stay awake. It'll be fine if I accidentally doze off. Eurylochus will wake me up if that happens, which... Whew, man, that might be sooner than I think. Oops, there I go.
He's out. Whatever was keeping him going must have faded. Let's crack this puppy open and see what he's been hiding.
Eurylochus and a few others opened the bag of wind as Odysseus fell fast asleep, as the wind violently released and took the entire fleet by surprise as the winds of the storm caused chaos in the ocean below. Through the common commotion, Odysseus snapped back awake.
Huh? What? The windbag! Eurylochus, what's going on?
Captain, the windbag, it's open.
I don't care. I don't get it. Just get it back closed before it sends us. Close it!
The entire fleet was swept up in the tempest that was released from the bag of wind, and before anyone knew, they were sailing through the air violently.
Captain, help me close the bag!
I'm coming, Eurylochus! 3, 2, 1, close!
After closing the bag, the winds died down, and the fleet managed to land mostly intact.
We're alive. Oh my goodness, we're alive.
Yeah, we're all alive. But now we don't know where we were sent to. We've just lost so much progress.
Yeah, Captain, I need to tell you something.
It has to wait, Eurylochus. We need to get our bearings and figure out where we need to go.
Captain, just listen.
No, we need to...
As Odysseus spoke, he was cut off by the seas below beginning to stir.
Captain, what's going on?
Another storm? This soon?
Doesn't feel a little natural.
Yeah, something about it. The way the water moving is sinister. Like it has intent. We need to get our butts in gear right now, or Eurylochus. I don't think we'll have as much luck at running this storm as we did the last time.
Odysseus and Eurylochus scurried to get the fleet in order as the water smashed and crashed upon them from below, and as the torrent of rain fell from above. Just as things seemed ready to set sail, all 600 men of the fleet heard an echo from the sea.
Odysseus the Nobody!
Captain, what is that?
Odysseus the Nobody, the Cyclops. How? Poseidon!
That's right! Every single one of your lives ends here and now, at my command.
Poseidon, please. I don't know what I've done to upset you, but I'm sure we can reach a mutual agreement. I'm sure.
You don't even know what you did?
I don't think I've upset you directly, no.
You insult my house and disrespect my powers and then claim you haven't upset me directly? Odysseus the Nobody.
Poseidon, how did you learn that moniker?
From my son.
Oh my god.
The Cyclops is Poseidon's son?
You couldn't even be bothered to kill him, Odysseus the Nobody. Instead, you chose to maim him, rob him, and make him suffer. So in return, I'm going to grant you the mercy you failed to grant my son, and drown every single one of you.
Poseidon, wait! We were only trying to fix the situation. We didn't want to do any of those things. When we got there, we weren't aware of Polyphemus, or any of the belonging to him. Then when we learned of the matter at hand, we tried to correct our mistakes, but he wouldn't let us. Everything we did was only to get away with our lives and secure our safety.
Do you think I care?
What?
Do you think I care at all for any one of your lives?
But can you not see the truth?
I see it clear as water. The water that your bodies will soon float in.
Why?
I have a reputation to uphold. I have an honor to protect. I have a right to defend what is mine. And that means all who desecrate what is mine pay the price.
Captain, we need a way out of this now.
I know, I'm thinking. I need a few moments.
The only moment you have to think is the moment where the last of your breath escapes your lungs as you are washed away below the sea. This ends now.
Wait, Poseidon, please!
Ah!
Without a second fully passing, 2 massive tsunamis appeared on both sides of the 12-ship fleet and began to rush towards them, threatening to crush every single boat with the impact and drown every single man aboard.
Captain!
Eurylochus, hold on! I have a plan!
Odysseus rushed across the deck of the ship as both tsunamis grew close, already having decimated multiple ships and destroying the rest as the impending collision loomed close.
There you are. 9 days of trying to keep you close, but now, open wide!
And so Odysseus opened the bag of wind wide open, and the ship then shot out from the tsunamis like a bullet through the air. As the only surviving ship of the fleet flew away, Poseidon stared into the distance.
This isn't the end, Odysseus. Whether it takes days, weeks, or even years, you will drown. Only then, Crushed underneath the powerful waves, will you feel the weight of your actions?
The ship that flew through the air went far, far from where Poseidon was, and then roughly landed. As the ship rocked back and forth, attempting to stabilize after the shock of being flung so far, Odysseus and Eculus lay exhausted on the deck.
That was insane. Poseidon, of all things.
It's just another thing we'll have to get past together.
How can you say that? There's only 43 of us left out of 600. There's no together. Most of us were wiped out.
I know, but we can't let their deaths be in vain. We have to make it home, for their sake. We have to get there and tell their loved ones how brave they were, fighting their way through war, monsters, and gods. We can't let it be for nothing, Eurylochus.
You're right. So, what do we do next?
You see that in the distance?
Yeah, looks like an island.
Then that's where we'll go. We'll use that island to gather what we need and hopefully get some time to rest before setting back out.
So Odysseus and his men made their approach to the shores of the mysterious new island. Poseidon watches and waits for his moment to strike, and I look for new horizons in hopes I may find another with the qualities I found in Odysseus that drew me to mentor him in the first place. However, those are all tales for another day.
And with that, ends Dungeon Anthology Season 2, Episode 6, Odyssey. As always, thank you to rightradio.ca for making this show possible, and as always, thank you to my wonderful friends who come out to act alongside me, even though I force them to read names not even I can pronounce properly half the time. Special thanks to Trey Hebert, Bryn Baker, Zaid Cathcart, and Tanner Smith, as always. I'm your host, Nathan Arsenault, and you folks have yourselves a lovely Friday and a beauty of a weekend. Thanks for watching.